Hello, my name is Marcus, and welcome to my channel. We went to go see Zootopia 2 the other day, the continuation of the adventures of Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde, the rabbit and the fox, Disney's version of the buddy cop drama series with a little bit of humor thrown in there. Very, very enjoyable experience, if I do say so myself. Let's hop into it, man. Story starts off with Pixar right after the original takes over, from them stopping the mare sheep that was hypnotizing the city to hate predators. Nick has become an official member of the police force. However, Judy and Nick do not have the respect of their fellow officers. Judy Hopps is still in a continuous limbo to prove herself as an officer and as a reliable animal to her fellow officer and animal respectively. Nick, even as an officer, still lives that laid-back kind of con man way of life where he utilizes wit and cunning and utilizing others to get his way. And when you bring that style of personality into Judy Hopps' seriousness of her personality, it definitely molds into a comedic element that I feel like Disney does a really great job of showcasing forth. Kind of hard to believe that the original Zootopia came out in 2016. It's almost been 10 years when we finally get a sequel. I didn't realize that the original was that old. The animation of the sequel is top-notch. I have no quarrels or qualms with that whatsoever. You can see every hair stitched on Judy's body, every hair stitched on Nick's body. And then you can definitely see that they are anthropomorphic. Rabbit and fox, the other animals in the movie, are showcased extremely well. And the music is top-notch as well. The Zootopia storyline lives and breathes in the Judy-Nick relationship. The banter between them is what pushes the story along. It's what keeps you engrossed. It's what keeps the viewer interchanged in the actual picture itself. More so than the beautiful imagery that you're witnessing, you definitely need the funny banter and sometimes serious banter between the two of them to remain a certain level of entertainment so that you can stay engrossed in the story. That is definitely represented very well here, even better so than I would say than the first movie. I will also say that Disney does a brilliant job here of tenderizing the line between friendship and romantic interest between male and female. Obviously, they're two different species, so I don't think Zootopia is interested in interchanging a romantic relationship between two different species. But if you could cut a line of tension between Judy and Nick with a knife, it's definitely thick enough to do that for sure. They obviously care very deeply for one another, and the love is clearly there. It almost reminds me of a Hawkeye Black Widow relationship from Avengers, if that makes sense. Clearly a very deep-rooted brother-sister relationship, but you can definitely see the love goes extremely deep, and it's almost like you can look past the storyboarding room of Zootopia, and I can guarantee you that the storyboarding team was split down the middle on whether or not they wanted to explore a romantic relationship between Judy and Nick or just keep their friendship platonic. If we want to tackle the story a bit here, if I'm being completely honest, the first half starts out a wee bit slow, even sleepy-inducing. I mean, she's trying to prove herself, and then they mess up a case or whatever. They don't really mess it up, but the captain puts them in this class to develop a better partnership or whatever, but kind of just goes really slow until Gary the Snake comes into the fray, where Gary the Snake is trying to reclaim his family's lost respect in the city of Zootopia. They got exiled for whatever so-and-so reasons. I'm not rehashing the entire story here. If you want to see the story, then go watch the movie. What's funny is also, it's not even like Gary is even the most interesting character. He's just trying to reclaim the lost page of the proclamation of Zootopia that proves that his great-great-grandmother actually was the one that came up with the idea for Zootopia with the multiple weather system. And apparently this group of lynxes came in and stole the idea from her and ended up getting her locked up for life and got the whole reptile ecosystem kicked out of Zootopia. That's crazy. But Tell you what, my favorite aspect of Gary the Snake's character was this music, this little Arabian Nights style desert music that would play every time he came on screen. That really pulled the attention. I don't know whose idea that was, but chef's kiss, Disney. We need more of that for sure. That was a really good idea. Because every time Gary came on screen, even though, like I said, not the most interesting character I've ever interacted with by far, but the music pulled my attention in to make me pay attention full-hearted, more so than I had been previously giving my attention to the movie. Next, for the majority of the comedic element of Zootopia 2, we have to talk about Nibbles the Beaver. You just gotta love when they decide to bring in a redneck hick cartoon character to a drama-filled Disney movie. The Nibbles the Beaver definitely takes the cake. He is easily one of my favorite side characters in quite some time. Every line of dialogue, every time Nibbles entered the fray on screen, I was laughing my butt off. I hope to see him in the parks. I would love to take my picture with her. Next, let's talk about the main villains of the film. This Godfather-style group of links. To be completely honest, I don't even remember any of their names. But essentially, they run Zootopia through sheer will of money and finances, and they control the mayor. And it was them that stole the idea of the weather system from Gary's great-great-grandmother. And it was them that got the reptiles kicked out of the city and framed Gary's grandmother for murder, so on and so forth. Just a bad group of individuals. That brings us to Paul Berta. Now we have some spoilers coming in, so be wary of what I'm about to say. He starts out on the side of Judy and Nick and Gary. They want to prove that Gary's great-grandmother was the one that came up with the weather system and is the true creator of Zootopia. The Paul Bert makes it seem like he is on their side, but in one of the greatest double crossings in Disney movie history, probably even better than the original mayor from the original Zootopia, he double crosses them and is actuality trying to find the proclamation first so that he can destroy it. Very good idea, very cool. We did not see it coming, even though if you kind of read the script and remember the original Zootopia story, you could kind of maybe see it coming, but it's been almost 10 years since we've seen the original Zootopia, so we had kind of forgotten about that double crossing. So there was a really fresh coat of paint to get that again, to definitely catch us off guard there. So super cool. Now, it ended up working out, obviously, but to get that shocking, in the middle of the course of the action, that was super cool to see. Now, while we're talking about side characters here, let's not forget that Brian Windbreaker, the mayor here, is portrayed by Patrick Warburton. He is the voice that does Soren from the Disney parks, Epcot, and then Disney's California Adventure. He also does Joe on Family Guy. I found that pretty cool. Then the side Lilacs' hair is portrayed by Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone. His wife, Brenda Song, plays one of them, the girl one too. And then we have Steve Irwin's son, the Crocodile Hunter Jr., portrays the other Lilacs as well. Why? But felt like it was worth mentioning. I guess in a way it is a movie about animals, so Crocodile Hunter animals make sense, I guess. Then, of course, Jason Bateman and Jennifer Goodwin's portrayals as Judy and Nick, respectively, were spectacular, to say the least. I'm very happy to see them back in action, man, and I hope we do get a third one so that we continue the adventures of Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. Okay, now to recap here, we have a very suitable sequel to a fantastic franchise that has great characters, great Disney park representation, and I'm very hopeful that it does not take another 10 years to get a Zootopia 3. I really do enjoy this franchise for sure. Certainly not my favorite Disney franchise by any stretch of the imaginations, but between Zootopia 1 and 2, definitely we're counterstoning a good margin of Disney history for these two movies, man. So I feel like you need that third movie to really hit that trifecta to solidify yourself in Disney history. But with these two movies, for sure, Zootopia is definitely holding a special spot in my Disney heart, for sure, 1000%. Before we wrap up here, Zootopia did give us an after credits scene, trying to hit that Marvel bandwagon, I guess. They alluded to birds coming in future installments of the franchise. So hopefully that is a further proof that they are definitely interested in creating a third Zootopia movie. As honestly, and they did a very good job of this. I did not realize that birds have not made any kind of appearance at all whatsoever in the first two installments of this franchise. So that would only make sense, I guess, for the third Zootopia to focus on birds. And with that, we'll end it right there, my friends. So obviously, I enjoyed this movie. What I want to know now is, did you go see it? Did you enjoy it? Or is this a part of your Disney Pantheon franchises that you're enthralled with? Or does it really not really tickle your fancy all that much? Let me know in the comment section below, man. So if you enjoyed my breakdown, you know what to do. Hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. Also consider hitting the hype button. That pushes the video out further in the algorithm. If you want to see movie reviews and content just like this, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, man. I tend to cover all of the blockbusters, all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, all of the DC Extended Universe movies, all of the Disney specific movies for sure. So you can follow me at youtube.com/marjack79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, my friends, thank you guys for the years of support, and I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.